Okay, according to this, we are live. You should be able to see and hear me now. This appears to show the microphone working. And so, yes, you should now be able to see my bright, shiny face. Still a little bit backlit, but by the time we're done with this, it'll be dark out there. So, hello, everybody. Who do we got in here? We've got Sparkster and Zathras and Matt Rubin and Sparkster again and MCDJ ACDC, Jason Karist. I saw a Big Gay Dave a minute ago. Hello, Bushcraft and Ronald Hoover, Josiah and Andre. Jay Dioramas, nice to see you. Photo Viper, hello, how do you do? Hello, Action Figure Expert, and SEO Toy Review, hey, thank you for being here. So yes, JK Siege, how do you do? Lazarus, the usual stuff is up. We do have a few things to talk about. Hello, Jeff Ball. I just want to say hi to everyone as we get started here. I did recently get from Wave 2, my second Wave 2 figure, Gung-Ho. We'll take a brief look at this later. I wanted to show you my 6-inch G.I. Joe classified Gung-Ho. We'll look at it. We'll talk about it. There's some things I like about it and some things I definitely don't like. We will discuss. Hello, Go Boy. The three PVC statues. Go Boy asks. I hadn't really had my eye on those. Not my usual thing. So I guess it's always a possibility, but it's not really on my radar right now. Thank you for asking, though. Jordell Fresh Breeze, hello. I hope I said that right. Hello, Mike Layton. Yeah, we will definitely talk about Gung-Ho in a bit once we kind of get settled in and get started here. Hello, Steven Stiles. How do you do? I'm glad to see everyone. Hi, Rob M. Ahoy, ahoy. Yes, so we're gonna have kind of a chilled, relaxed live stream. I hope this evening. So we'll just relax and chill and have a nice time. I don't have any. I'm not drinking any beer. I don't have any. I don't even have a soda here. Hello, Leah. Nice to see you, Leah. Thagon and Daniel Yojo. Nathaniel Hadsock. Hope Hasbro release Ripcord and Sergeant Slaughter from the classified line. Well, Sergeant Slaughter, they may not be doing Sergeant Slaughter because the actual Sergeant Slaughter is having a figure released under the Valaverse or Action Force line that was done as a Kickstarter. So you will be able to get a 6-inch classified scale Sergeant Slaughter, but most likely there won't be an official release because, an official G.I. Joe classified release because, there's a licensed 6-inch figure that's available elsewhere. But anyway, yes. Oh, hello, Brandon Knight. Nice to see you. Always nice to see you there. Yes. And I think I missed Marvel and DC 379. Good evening. I'm doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing as well as well. I hope you're doing well as well. Too many wells. It's got a little too deep there. So yes, we have a Gung-Ho to talk about. I'll be getting to that. Hi, Glenn. WWE Sergeant will work good. Yeah, I guess that is also an alternative, and I think that would be closer to like the vintage look for Sergeant Slaughter. However, I did pre-order that Action Force Sergeant Slaughter because it looks really nice. It looks like an excellent figure, and I just had to give it a try. Thank you, Ryan Sweeney. Yes, I do have the new tattoo. I'll talk about that just a little bit. Hello, Turd Ferguson. Yes, the live chat is up and running. Told at Target, your Target would have a Red Ninja on Thursday. Yes, I will cross all the fingers. The Red Ninja is the only one. Hello, Peter Ang. The Red Ninja is the only one that I didn't pre-order because I wasn't all that turned on by it. But now I kind of think, well, I probably should get a Red Ninja just for the sake of completeness so I can have that all of Wave 2. So I might pick one up if I spot one anywhere, which I have not yet. I have not seen any Wave 2 in the wild. So far, I've only gotten the one from Chris Clements, the Cobra Commander, and this one, which I had pre-ordered from Amazon. And that's all I've got so far. Thank you, Big Gay Dave. I might as well talk about the tattoo just a little bit. The tattoo was something that I had planned and had paid the deposit for before my period of unemployment, so... but this was, obviously it's a Cobra emblem. This is the original Cobra emblem. As you probably know, the Cobra emblem was designed by Ron Rudat. He has the original drawing for the Cobra emblem that he designed framed in his house. And he actually sent me a picture of that original Cobra emblem in the frame from his house. He took a picture of it and sent it to me so that I could get the tattoo correct, because I wanted not just any Cobra emblem. Hello, Painted Plastic, and Rob Irizarry. Nice to see you. I didn't want just any Cobra emblem. I wanted it exactly like the original, exactly like the one that Ron Rudat has in his house. So that's what I got. So this is the Cobra emblem as it was originally envisioned by Ron Rudat, and so now I've got a pair. So yeah, that's new, and I had to get sleeveless shirts because I'm trying to keep sleeves off of it until it totally heals. So anyway, yeah, going around with no sleeves just means that I get to show off the new ink. So there you go. Hello, Robert Monty. I'm glad that you liked the Baroness review. I was really happy to get the Baroness. That one, unlike Gung-Ho here, who has some problems, that Baroness figure is nice. The Baroness, that figure is nice. And I really wanted to get it in front of the camera, and I wanted to share it with everyone. Yeah, that's right, Glenn. G.I. Joe did not have Cobra at the beginning. The guys at Marvel Comics had to kind of encourage them to come up with some bad guys. And in fact, the name Cobra came from the Marvel editor Archie Goodwin. Archie Goodwin came up with the name Cobra. And of course, Ron designed the early figures, as well as the logo that would go with them. Rob got a Baroness today. Congratulations. Gonna open it up. I won't keep you too late because that is definitely one worth checking out. I really liked it. You can also see the unboxing by Joe Colton for Cobra Convergence. She did a live video on Facebook and an unboxing of that Baroness. One thing I will tell you is that extra handlebar, there's one of the handlebars is not attached to the motorcycle, and it is not very easy to get on. It's not easy to get attached. So you'll struggle with that, but it will go on. Just be patient. But other than that, it's really nice. I even like the motorcycle. It's really cool. Hello, JLS Comics. Nice to see you. Rob says Archie Goodwin was one of the greats, an unsung hero of the comics industry, and little asterisk, little footnote. Archie Goodwin was not born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but he grew up here, and he went to the same high school and graduated from the same high school as my dad. Will Rogers High School is where Archie Goodwin graduated before moving off and becoming a comic book industry professional. And it was actually during his time here in Tulsa. Well, I'm not in Tulsa, but in his formative years in Tulsa, where he acquired his love of comic books. And so there's a little footnote about Archie Goodwin. Unfortunately, he's passed away. He passed away some years ago, like in the 90s. So I never had a chance to meet the guy, which is too bad. I would have loved to meet Archie Goodwin. He would have been a great person to talk to. Hello, Cobra Island. I'm glad you got off work early. I'm glad you were able to join us. And Chad, you're right. It is kind of like the Akira motorcycle, but it is very Cobra-like, especially like the colors. And I like that it has like really fat wheels because it will stand, without the kickstand, it will still stand up. So that I like. Like I said, I don't have a beer or a soda to drink, and now my throat is drying out, and I kind of wish that I did, but it's fine. It's fine. I just don't want to plow through here because I'm really excited about doing the live stream tonight. I've missed you guys. It's been a crazy time. It's been just a lot of stuff going on lately, so I'm just happy to be here and happy to be talking to you guys again. JLS, I don't know what COIL stands for. I don't know if there's some kind of a clue or if it says what the acronym is for on the website. I didn't see it, but I could have missed it. Maybe it's on the box somewhere and I just didn't see it, but I'm not sure exactly what COIL stands for. So, why not make up your own acronym? Why not make up your own meaning? In fact, I think that's what everyone should do. Everybody just make up your own meaning for COIL. COIL can mean whatever you want it to mean. And Hasbro, if you're listening, which they're definitely not, but Hasbro, if you were listening, suggestion, and I'll give you this one for free, suggestion, naming contest. All right, naming contest, whoever comes up with the best name to go with COIL should win a prize, and I think let's go wild. Let's go crazy. The prize should be win a date with the model that the Baroness was based on. Because, I mean, there's got to be a model, right? I mean, the face is too perfect. I mean, the head sculpt is really well done. So I assume you had a model, So let's do it. Let's win a model. You don't win the model. That's not even legal. But win a date with the model of the Baroness, or for the Baroness, if you come up with the best the best name for the COIL motorcycle. That's a freebie, Hasbro. That's a freebie. I got a million others though, so give me a call, Hasbro. We'll talk. I kind of need a job right now, so we'll talk. Thank you, Daniel, for the Cobra la 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 la. We're a week out from the Cobra Law video, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. I kind of had fun with the. I see Sly is getting in on it already, so thank you, Sly, for getting into the spirit of the competition. Prize could be free movie tickets for the G.I. Joe movie. Well, I guess that's fine, especially if you can take the model to the movie. That would be your date. That's it. That's to the premiere. It's win a date with the model to the premiere of the movie. Hold on. SEO says I met Archie Goodwin briefly one time when I was a preteen. Wow, you actually met him. That's awesome. And that would have been a long time ago. So it's really cool that you had a chance to even meet him. I never even had a chance to meet him. Cobra Ocelots in love. I think Leah is in the lead here. Leah is Leah's got the best one so far. But yes, I never did figure out exactly what that was supposed to mean. But that's fine. I think they over rely on acronyms anyway for vehicle names. I think just calling it the Coil Cycle, that would have been cool enough. It doesn't have to stand for anything. It doesn't have to mean anything. So I'm fine just calling it Coil, the Coil Cycle. That's fine. That's good. Thank you, Cobra Island, offering me a drink. Thank you. I was a little parched, so I appreciate that. Just send that right on over. Can't order it locally. Thank you. There you go. I think Painted Plastic has taken the lead. Can't order it locally, which is accurate, by the way. However, I will say that some of the stores locally, the Targets in my town that sold out of them, they have restocked. Some of the stores have restocked. Now, they've also sold out of them since they restocked, but it gives me a little bit of hope that some of these will be restocked again. They were apparently able to reorder some after they sold out the first time. Hello, Typo Negative. As a matter of fact, I actually saw Typo Negative in concert in, where was it? I want to say in Nashville, years and years ago, back when Peter Steele was still alive. Obviously, when Peter Steele was still alive, but I once saw Typo Negative way back in the day. It was a good show. Good show. Cantaloupe Orange. Yeah, you just keep trying. This is how creativity works. This is how you keep trying, and eventually you come up with something brilliant. Yeah, rest in peace, Peter Steele. It was a surprise that he passed away so young. So that didn't mean to necessarily take it in that direction, but it's good to take a moment to remember those that we've lost. So, and Leah saw Typo Negative in Indy. It was after their heyday. Okay, yeah. It was when I saw them. It was definitely in the heyday. Yeah. Hello, Jose. Thank you for being here. Are we ready to look at Gung-Ho? Because I've got some things to say about Gung-Ho. I've not been to an Iron Maiden concert, Big Gay Dave. That one I have not been to. Let's see. I've not done a lot of metal concerts. I did see Pantera once in Dallas. And I've seen a lot of like industrial and other shows like that. But not as many metal shows. And now I'm old. Now I'm old, and all those bands are old too. So anyway, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we went on a metal tangent. That's okay. Cobra Officer is lazy. I don't know him personally. He may be a hard worker. I don't know. Okay, no, that's the acronym. Cobra Officer is lazy. Okay, I gotcha. All right, took me a minute. I thought you were taking a personal shot at the Cobra Officer. Okay, let's talk about this. So I got Gung-Ho from Amazon. I pre-ordered it on Amazon, and it came... Oh, Chad saw AC/DC 3 times. That's awesome. I have seen them 0 times, but that is a show that I really would have enjoyed. I definitely would have liked AC/DC. Overall, I like the design, but there's some things about the design I don't like. Obviously, I would have preferred if he had the Marine Corps tattoo. Instead, they've given him something else. Now, I assume they could not do the Marine Corps tattoo, right? That's the assumption, and I think that's probably a safe assumption that they weren't... They couldn't get permission to use that exact emblem. So, okay, fine. So they gave him something that actually has a lot of the same elements as the Marine Corps tattoo. It has the eagle, and that is a globe there in the center. It's missing the anchor. So they kind of gave him a Marine Corps tattoo minus the anchor, which is, it's all right. I guess it's okay as a substitute, but definitely not as good as a Marine Corps tattoo would have been. And is the guy even a Marine, given that they gave him an Army hat rather than the Marine Corps cover that he is most known for? So I'm having to forgive a couple of things right off the bat. Some things are understandable. Like I said, I assume they did not have permission to use the Marine Corps emblem. Okay, all right. I can dig it. They can't do it, they can't do it. Okay, fine. But this is... I'm just not sure about the replacement for it. Yeah, I'm not in love with it. It's not the worst ever, but I'm just not in love with it. I do like the flak jacket. I dig that. It's got some nice details. I know some folks have complained that that he doesn't have like the blue color scheme that the version 1 figure had, but I was never a huge fan of the blue. So I'm fine with the changed color scheme. I always kind of wanted to see that version 1 figure in a better color scheme anyway. So I'm okay with that. He does have a backpack. We got to talk about that too. The hat, of course, I would prefer the Marine Corps head cover. But my biggest problem with the hat is that it does not stay on well. And this is... All right, Hasbro, if you're listening, we need... All right, everybody, if you don't mind, Hasbro and I just need to have a one-on-one talk here. So just don't pay attention just for a second. Let me talk to Hasbro. Hasbro, listen. Same problem with this hat as with the beret for Beachhead. These hats have got to be softer plastic. They've got to be softer plastic so they can be pressed on and fit more snugly around the head so they'll stay on. This is a hard, firm plastic, and it doesn't have enough give. So, I mean, I can press it on, but it actually doesn't go down as far as I want it to. And it's too prone to popping off. So Hasbro, we gotta, in the future, these hats have got to be softer plastic. It's just got to be done. Help me out, Hasbro. Come on. Another issue that's a quality control issue I have with this figure is he's. I'm not sure how well it's coming out on this camera because there's a light like right in his face, but he's cross-eyed. I can see it here, but it's not coming out on the camera as well because the light is kind of washing out his eyeballs, so you can't really see the cross-eyed effect. In fact, with the light right in the center of his face, it looks like his eyes are pointed out, but trust me, both eyes are pointed in. So that's a quality control problem. One thing that's not bad is the joints are all tight, no excessively loose joints, so that's not a problem. We do not have the same problem as with, and let me get them here because I have them right here, the same problem that we've had with Snake Eyes, and that is that this torso is basically, it's free swinging. It had almost no resistance at all. So I've tried, this is my extra Snake Eyes, and I got them to like try to just put on my desk in like a cool pose, and it's a little tricky because you get him in like a pose that looks pretty good, and then he'll just flop forward because of that loose chest. But that's not a problem on Roadblock. That is fine on Roadblock. Joints are all tight, feels good. I like that there is a subtle. See, the hat's popping off. Oh, and I do dig his jarhead haircut. Not bad. And there is a subtle camouflage pattern on the trousers, on the fatigue pants, so that's nice. I like camouflage. Give me lots of camouflage. And I apologize, as I'm holding this up to the camera, I am blocking the view of the live chat, so I can't like read the live chat as I hold it up. He has a backpack, which is not really easy to keep in, but he has one. The backpack has these slots that are apparently for his extra weapons, and it does sort of work with some of them. You can kind of put the weapons on the backpack. He's got, I have him holding this sort of shotgun looking thing, but this is like a multi-shot grenade launcher with a big barrel there. This does not fit on the backpack well at all, except you can sort of sling it underneath, but it doesn't work well. It just kind of hangs loose and it falls. It doesn't fit on these tabs on the side, and I'm not a big fan of this. I don't really care for the design. It looks really choppy to me. It looks like it's got this hook on here, and it looks like it's supposed to hook on something, but it doesn't hook well on the backpack, and I don't see anywhere on the figure where it's supposed to connect either. It would be really helpful if if we had some kind of clue as to how everything fits together, some instructions or something. That would be nice. But anyway, so he does have a backpack, and the backpack will work with some of the accessories, and just to connect the weapons so he can hold all the weapons. There are I don't know, I guess that's about it. I mean, it's a solid figure. It feels good, and most of it looks good, but the parts that don't look so good are kind of a big problem. The pieces that don't fit so well together, that's kind of a big problem. The paint error on the eyes that make him cross-eyed, that's kind of a problem. Where do I put this? That's a little bit of a problem. This at least will connect to the backpack, so that's not a problem. And the other weapon, the shotgun, will too. I could put the shotgun on the backpack. Hold on. Don't make a liar out of me. I'm trying to show people how this fits on. There. So that fits on. And I could put the shotgun on there too. That would fit, but I just don't like this. I don't care for the design of it. So I don't want him to carry this one. I want this to fit on the backpack in some way, and it does not. If it's supposed to fit on there, it does not fit very well. That's all I can say about that. Anyway, so there. Can he wear the hat backwards? Probably. Oh, not very well. It's molded to fit his head forward. See, this is another reason why these hats need to be soft plastic, so you can have more options. If it were a softer plastic, then you could turn it around and he could wear his hat backwards and so on. But the small gun doesn't fit in the hand very well either. Yeah, the other option is this sort of bullpup rifle kind of looking thing with the magazine behind the grip. Not a huge fan of this either. This one, even though it's sort of shotgun-like, is still the one that's the most like the version 1 grenade launcher, so this is the one that I went with. But yeah, not crazy about the accessories. Now, that is not, I'm trying to be as frank and honest as I can about the classified line. There have been some good figures, some great figures. I think the Baroness is a great figure. But some of the others have been misses. So take that for what it's worth. Decide if that's important to you, if you decide to collect them. Decide if you really need all of them, or if there are some that you can skip. I did not want to skip Gung-Ho because Gung-Ho is one of my favorite characters. But this figure could use a little help. So, yes, Lagbait, Baroness, I do think looks great, and not just looks great by herself, but looks great standing next to Destro. So yeah, it's I think there are some great figures in the line. But there are a couple that, I hate to say it, but they're kind of duds. So anyway, this one is one that I was expecting to like a lot more than I did. And, the same with Snake Eyes here. I was expecting to like this figure a lot more than I did. Now, even though I have problems with the Snake Eyes figure, I was still able to get him in kind of a cool pose here, so it's not a total loss. But, you can see the bend in his back there where he has a hard time just... See, if I want him in that angle, I can't do it because he'll just flop forward. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. I still like the overall idea of the classified line. I've warmed to it. I didn't think I'd like it at first, but I've come to like it a bit more. So yeah, there's that. Look, we got half an hour left, and I don't want to forget to let everybody know that it's Tuesday, of course, which means Timmer has a new video out. He did the top G.I. Joe figure from each year of the vintage era, the vintage line. So, for each year, he chose the best, what in his view is the best figure for that year. So if you have thoughts about what the best figure is for each year, then check out his video and leave a comment with your own list. I think that's part of the fun of doing that kind of video is you can give your own feedback on what you think your top list is. So let's see. I noticed from Timmer's video today that classified Beachhead's vest looks a lot like Beachhead's version 2 vest. Yeah, that is a good point. The vest is it's different from the version 1 vest. I mean, the version 1 vest had the magazines, and I think I would have preferred that, but at least he's got a good black tactical vest that looks reasonably military and not too science fiction and futuristic. So I still think it's all right. Although I would have preferred something closer to version 1. But yeah, I can see that. It does look a little bit more like version 2, maybe. We've talked a lot about We've talked a lot about recent stuff, modern stuff, 6-inch classified stuff. But if you're a fan of G.I. Joe from the 1980s, then I have good news for you. The good news is we have basically... none of the classified figures have extra ammo. They use lasers, so they just have a plug. They just plug them into the wall socket, right? And that's their extra ammunition. Okay, so if you're a fan of the 80s and G.I. Joe, basically on my channel, I'm going to have 3 80s reviews in a row. Yeah, 3. In the year of the 90s, where we're reviewing lots of 90s stuff, 3 80s reviews in a row, because we did Cobra Law. The one that's coming up next is from the 80s, and the one after that will also be from the 80s. So we're going to spend a little time in the golden decade of the 1980s. Take a little bit of a break from the 90s. Now, after that, we do have to get back to the 90s. We got to do 90s. We got lots of 90s to do. But, just because it's the year of the 90s doesn't mean that's all we will do, right? We'll do some 80s stuff as well. It won't be all 90s. It's just going to be mostly 90s. And, it's... we're just gonna take a break from it. So, Alec wants Dino Hunters. Well, I have to get Dino Hunters first, but Dino Hunters have been on my radar though. I've had my eye out for them. Now, Dino Hunters are not the top priority, but I'm just saying I've had my eye out for Dino Hunters. Higher priority lately is I want to complete the Defiant. I'm making some headway on that. I want to complete the Defiant, and I need a couple more pieces for the Sergeant Slaughter Super Review that I want to do before the end of the year. Hello, Jason Karrast. Says, we do a joint review with Fun School Ronnie with Crazy Legs and Fun School Crazy Legs. I would love to do that. If he wants to do it, when I do Crazy Legs, I would love to work with Fun School Ronnie again. And, of course, that Fun School Crazy Legs is crazy. The Crazy Legs, if you haven't seen it, you can Google it, okay? Google it, Fun School Crazy Legs. It's special. That is a special figure. So that's a good idea, Jason. I will reach out to him when I do that review. Of course, I probably won't be doing the review right away. As much as I'm enjoying spending time in the 80s, I do need to get back to the 90s for a large part of the rest of the year. But we can get back to the 80s soon. And... I'd kind of like to do Crazy Legs, because, for one thing, I would like to do Night Force Crazy Legs, and I don't want to do Night Force Crazy Legs before I do the first version. So, I'd say Crazy Legs is reasonably high on the agenda, certainly one to think about, and I would love to work with Fun School Ronnie again. I think that's a great idea. Nothing beats a pair of Crazy Legs. Yeah, just like the commercial. That's basically the commercial, right? Night Force Crazy Legs. I was fortunate to get it before it got super expensive, but I do have Night Force Crazy Legs. That one's ready to go. I have a few Night Force figures complete, but I've reviewed most of them already. So, yeah, I'm a little short on Night Force. Plus, I don't want to give away anything, but I have a good theme name. Back to the 80s. That's it. I have an idea for what the theme will be for next year. So this year is the year of the 90s. Last year was the year of the rarity. Next year, I'm not going to say what it is. You got to wait. But I think I know what it's going to be. And it'll give us some good opportunities to get into some different areas of G.I. Joe that we haven't fully explored. So, yeah. Oh, Robert Perry sends a super chat. Loved Cobra Convergence. Thanks. Well, thank you, Robert. I'm glad you liked it. Already working on ideas for the next one. I'm hoping the next one will be even bigger. But thank you very much for that, Robert. I'm glad you liked it. I love Cobra Convergence. By the end of it, it's exhausting, and by the end of it, I'm just tired, right? And I want to have a little bit of a break, which is why I took last week off, or this last Sunday off from like a new vintage review. But I've been really happy with the response to the event, so thank you to everyone who has participated, everyone who's contributed, and everyone who just watches it. Thank you. And thank you, Draws. I appreciate that. Zathrus's ex-wife has crazy legs. I know how you feel. I understand. Good time for la 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 la. And Comic Tropes is here and sends a super chat. Sorry I'm late. Love the show. Well, now I forgive you for being late. Oh, and look at that. Green Yeti is here. I think somehow Comic Tropes being here has caused Green Yeti. You guys working together? Somehow you decide, okay, we're both going to show up fashionably late. That's all right. But anyway, hello Comic Tropes and hello Green Yeti, both of you. For those who missed it, I took a kind of a somewhat in-depth look at Classified Gung-Ho. Some good things about the figure, but some things about the figure that these are my window covers for right now, to keep the sun out. And behind me, I'm actually moved my... Which way am I going? I moved my studio to the bedroom because it's easier to shoot in here. Oh, thank you, Cobra Island. I would say next year should be back to the 80s. Well, we will definitely do 80s next year, but I have an idea for the theme. Oh, thank you, MCDJ ACDC, for the super chat. He says thank you for Cobra Convergence work, HCC788. Well, thank you for watching it. I mean, you guys participating and getting involved in it is what makes it all really happen. Otherwise, it's just me talking about a thing. So really, it takes everyone to make it work. So thank you for all that you do. And not to get sidetracked from Cobra Island, next year we will be definitely doing a lot of 80s. But with the theme I have in mind, we'll be doing some 90s too, but I think it's a good theme. Just trust me. You just have to trust me, and you'll have to wait and see. No spoilers. You'll just have to wait and see. Yes. I showed the accessories for Gung-Ho. I showed off my other Snake Eyes that is even more loose. Oh, Robert Perry sends a super chat. Thank you for all your efforts. Well, thank you, Robert, and I just want to reiterate that that a lot of people put in a lot of effort. So to every participant at every level, thank you for everything. Thank you for making the event what it was. I worry that I don't express one-on-one my gratitude enough to the people who participate and who contribute. But if there's anyone that I haven't thanked, I thank you right now. I appreciate it more than I can tell you. The participation of everyone is what makes it an event. So thank you, and thank you, Mr. Perry, for your contribution in Super Chat as well. And thank you, Green Yeti, another Convergence contributor, another Convergent. Fan art participation was awesome. I think it went really well. And this is one, like, as far as, like, the execution, this year had the fewest worries. Like, everybody just did what they were supposed to do. Everybody got their stuff on time. Everybody posted when they were supposed to. When people needed to send stuff to me, they sent it to me properly, for the most part. I think I may have missed a couple because they sent it to the wrong email address. Thank you, Matt Rubin, for the super chat. It says, thanks for putting up with us. We can be a bit much sometimes. Now, you guys are the show, so thank you. I can be a bit much sometimes, so thank you for putting up with me. I'm glad that any of you guys are still here. Sean Beckett, I don't think I said hello to Sean Beckett, but hello, Sean Beckett from the United States. Colton and Chris says Colton and I will be ready next year. Well, the Convergence will be ready for you next year. So the dog is barking, but she's just gonna have to wait. I got 15 minutes. She just hears something outside. You probably can't even hear it on the microphone, but she's out there barking at something. I should get over it. Anyway, Lazarus, I have to say the execution was really good this year, and I really appreciate everyone, just doing their part. And SEO wants to do a storyline again next year. He really enjoyed that. That's probably going to be Timmer's job if he wants to do a storyline. Excuse me. I think he gets more enthusiastic about the storylines. Paul sends a super chat, says, thanks for all the coordination, reviews, and friendly conversation. Thank you, Paul, for understanding that it is supposed to be friendly conversation. That's kind of what we are trying to do here, is create this community where we can talk about G.I. Joe. We can say whatever we think about G.I. Joe, the stuff that we like, the stuff that we don't like, but we can do it in a way that is respectful and encourages more conversation from more people. So thank you, Paul, for being a part of the friendly conversation. That is, I appreciate that very much. She's still going. She's still going. Most likely somebody just walked by, like, down the sidewalk, and she thinks that somebody is attacking the house, so she has to defend us from the evil infiltrators that are trying to break in and kill us. She's a good dog. She's a good dog. I probably would have died several times if she had not protected me from the mailman, from the pizza delivery guy, from the Amazon delivery guy. She has saved my life countless times in her own mind. So yeah, no dying on us. I don't know, I'm in good shape, thank you, and I'm well protected thanks to the dog. But anyway, so yeah, but we still got 10 minutes, and this is just kind of a chill out live stream. I just wanted to have a chance to talk with you guys, rather than have a lot of other stuff going on. Don't have a lot of G.I. Joe news to share right now, so I just wanted to have a chance to just chill out and talk with you guys for a bit, and I'm trying to keep up with the live chat where you guys type faster than I can read. So more unboxing. I do need to do more unboxings. I love doing unboxings. Robert sends a super chat. Thank you again. The response to Classified Line shows that the love for the classic G.I. Joe is alive and well. I agree. That has been very enthusiastic. They've not kept up with the demand, for one thing. But it's encouraging to see, first of all, to see something new. Even like a figure that I don't care for so much, like Gung-Ho here, I still love that this exists, right? Because it means somebody is doing something with G.I. Joe, and people are enthusiastically looking for it and getting it. So even with all my criticisms of this figure, I am thrilled that this exists. I'm thrilled that this exists. These are all good things, and it should lead to even better things, because if Hasbro can make money on G.I. Joe, then they'll give us more G.I. Joe, and they'll give us more different kinds of G.I. Joe. So even if you don't like 6-inch figures, there's a greater chance of you getting something that you do like if the stuff that's out there is successful. Thank you, J.K. Siege. Yeah, I saw that you got the black one. I may have to get a black one, too. Thanks to everyone who got Cobra Convergence 5 t-shirts. That was really cool. I think it's kind of a trip that t-shirts from the event that I did, like, they exist and people wear them. That's a trip. Thank you for those who did that. What's my favorite G.I. Joe comic cover artist? Probably Mike Zeck. He had some great covers, but John Byrne also did some really good covers as well. Yeah, I'll say probably Mike Zeck. And, he did so many, but the one that pops into mind right now is, like, he did Special Missions #1. And, it was an exciting cover and everything, but it was also probably, like, the first time I saw Wetsuit as, like, a legitimate, fighter, and not just a guy that swims. He actually made Wetsuit seem exciting. So hats off to Mike Zeck for that. A good question though. Yes, I think that's it. I'm officially Storm Shadow now. I'm the Caucasian Storm Shadow. Look, they cast an Asian actor to play Snake Eyes, which is cool. But apparently they've gone the other direction with Storm Shadow, because now they've got a Caucasian Storm Shadow. I'm not sure. Somebody's wires got crossed. I don't know. But I'll just go with it. I'm Storm Shadow now. This is a good time to be wearing masks. So I'll just wear a mask all the time. I'll just wear a white one. Chad sends a super chat. It says, "What's your favorite Marvel comic issue and favorite Sunbow episode?" Okay, Sunbow episode is easy. I still enjoy the Worlds Without End 2-parter. That's still at the top of my list. I know that's too easy an answer, because a lot of people like that one. It's probably just the easy answer. But as far as favorite issue of the comic book, that's much more difficult. Matt Rubin says, it's the multiverse, you're Storm Shadow here. I'm Storm Shadow in this universe. That's right. So, see, everybody get that straight. So basically, I'm a ninja. So everybody fear me. Favorite G.I. Joe issue is a lot more difficult, because I had so many issues that I liked a lot. Man, that is harder. My favorite story arc is the Cobra Island Civil War. Still love that one. Still think that's great. But that's not a single issue. That was multiple issues. Favorite issue, though. I could say the Silent issue, which is a great issue, but I'm not sure that's my favorite, though. That was good. That was great, but Yes, Robert sends a super chat. World Without End was groundbreaking. For the animated series, it definitely was. And it actually showed war with stakes. Not cow meat, not that kind of stakes, but stakes, like something at stake in warfare, which is something that I think the animated series did not do enough of. Well, Worlds Without End actually showed you what the stakes are in this fight against Cobra. So, yeah. And no, I'm not avoiding your question about favorite comic book issue. I'm just having a hard time choosing. I think, okay, I know what it is. And it's probably still unfair, right? It's probably still unfair, but I'm going to go with it anyway. My favorite issue is probably issue number 26, the first part of the two-part origin of Snake Eyes. Because that's where we got a lot of his military background and his ninja background and his connection with Storm Shadow and all of that. That, I think, that might be my favorite. Even more so than the second part of the origin of Snake Eyes. I think that might be it. And I say that now, but then I keep thinking of other issues that were also great. That's hard to answer. It's hard to answer. I'm a fan of the comic book series. Yeah, that's a good point. See, SEO says many of the comic stories happen over multiple issues. It's hard to pinpoint an exact issue, right? Because it was a continuity. There's a continuity of the story, more or less. Sometimes the continuity got a little iffy, but still, the idea was, that there would be, a continuing storyline. But that was a really good one. But then I also liked the assault on Cobra Island when Cobra Island was just formed, and the Joes had to try to push Cobra off of it. Like they assaulted Cobra Island, and there was this. I like big battles. Okay, if there's an issue with a big battle in it, I like big battles. So that was a big battle, and I don't know if that would be my favorite. I think I'm sticking with 26. I'm sticking with that one. That's my final answer. What did I win? Springfield issues, yeah, like issues 49 and 50. That was another really big battle. See, this is why it's hard to choose, because every time I think of one that I think is my favorite, there are others that are really great and ought to at least be mentioned. So, yeah. I like big battles, and I cannot lie. Thank you, SEO Toy Review. Well, look, we got about 2 minutes left. I got my studio set up behind me. I got to do a little bit more shooting, before I wrap it up today. But you guys are gonna get the next review on time. It is on track to be done early, so we're pushing forward. It's gonna be great. Thank you, Brian Fitzgerald. Thank you very much. And thank you for all of your participation. I can't tell you how grateful I am to have you here and to have this group here, because this group is a great group. You guys are a joy. It's a joy to come and talk with you every week and just talk about G.I. Joe and enjoy G.I. Joe and talk about what we like, what we don't like, and just have this conversation is just a great highlight of my week for me. So that I have to say thanks for that. And this has been I know it's just Tuesday, but it's been kind of a crazy week on a personal level. So this means a lot to me. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. I appreciate just the quality of the character of the people here. So thank you for being you, and thank you for being here. But it is time to wrap it up. It is 8 o'clock by my clock, and I will shut her down. But I'll say see you soon. See you for a new G.I. Joe toy review on Sunday. Only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. And otherwise, I will say goodnight. Good night, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.